Hi, welcome to Trebons, and we're with Honey, and these are her puppies. She's got 4 pups. They're a day of age, and there are 2 males, 2 females. All a good weight, all knocking on over 600 grams now. So big puppies, and plenty of food for the puppies. And what I'm doing, every hour on the hour I'm coming in and we're starting up with doing our handling, have been doing this since day 1, and just elevate them and put them back down, get them used to being stressed. So you start to move around, but as soon as we put them down, they go straight for the mother's tit again. And there we go. Yes, I know it's annoying you as hell, isn't it? Like just feeding and boom, then I'm back in again. Yeah, there's a good go. So that's what we're doing. And the reason for this is, one, to get them used to being stressed, to handle stress.
Where that squad is, there's a lot of young players that look very confident. I'm not sure a stick
there you
is
go.
the right tool, if you know what I mean.
Because all dogs,
there might be a little bit of a tickle here and there, and try and get a few of them feeling better about themselves.
can be stressed, and stress can manifest itself in the extremes in 2 ways, either overexcitement or fear. And when we get to those extremes, the one thing in common is we lose contact with our dog. Now, I don't think the pups are going to be like that at all, but they're handling stress. So what we want is a slow build up. They get excited, we can see them being excited, and we go a nice slow build up. And if they're fearful, something they're not sure about, it's a slow build up so that we can correct it and get in there, rather than just a flip of a switch and, well, we're stressed, we're overexcited. We pick up a ball, the dog's not jumping up and down, trying to get the ball out of our hand. This also involves training, discipline, etc., but it's a good start. We are conditioning the dog to behave in a certain way, and we do that from day 1. In a couple more days, I will start to do the handling exercises properly. In full, we start introducing them when they're totally relaxed when I'm picking them up, when they're not going straight back to the mother's tit, and they are totally relaxed. They're pretty good now when I'm handling them. But when they're, can I put them down? But when they're totally relaxed and they're not flying back to the mother's tit is when we start our handling exercise, and that'll be in a day or so. As I say, on the hour, every hour, in here, doing this. I'm very lucky, I've got Honey here, she's very calm with me. She's allowing this to happen, no disturbance, she's very proud of her puppies. But as I say, there's only 4 puppies. Her other litter, which is a repeat, the Honey Nino litter, was bigger, so competition was a lot more, so the handling didn't need to be as heavy as what I will be doing for this litter. There's very little competition. We are in the land of milk and honey, so I have to actually introduce a little bit more competition into the litter, and we do that through the handling. When you have a big litter, they're competing against each other to get to the mother's tit. They're pushing ahead to get into each other. The whole idea of handling, etc., was developed by the working kennels to identify and to have that working dog, and that is through competition. The most competitive dog was generally selected. The dog that pushed in, the dog that was always at the forefront. This is not what we want. We want to be able to handle our dogs, and I don't want them to be overexcited, but excitement is a good thing. We do need the dogs to be alert, to be attentive, to be ready to be disciplined, to work with, to do a discipline or something, that they're keen without being over keen, that we can see the build up in the dog, that we can work with that excitement level, and we're not at an extreme level. We're not going for working dogs, we're going for family pets. And family pets you need to be able to handle. They're going to be big dogs. And no means no, they need to know that. And we don't need the dogs jumping up and down, etc. So we are conditioning the dogs already. We've done, as I say, this is a repeat litter, so pretty much know their predisposition, how they are, how they react, etc, etc. I'm very happy with Maggie. We've seen Munter at show, we've seen Maximus at show, and I've seen a couple of the other ones as well, so, and I'm very happy with the whole litter as a whole. Pretty smart puppies and reasonably easy to work with, I feel. And that's what we would be hoping for again. That's why we repeated the litter. I'm very, very happy with the results we've got from that previous litter. So that's what we're working with. Honey, as I say, is doing well. The puppies are a day of age. There's good weight on the puppies, so I don't have to worry about that. The only thing we have to worry about is keeping them clean. Of course, we don't want mastitis for the mother, because then we will knock back. That's always a concern. So just keeping everything clean, checking on the puppies, checking on the mother, and as I say, every hour on the hour we're doing some sort of exercise, etc, etc. This will stand us in good stead at 3 weeks, because I will have very, very good contact with them, and then at 3 weeks, when their senses are all online, I become very, very important to the puppies. Not quite as important as the mother, but by 4 weeks I will be more important than the mother. There'll be more response to me than to the mother. And that's what we're aiming for. Nice, gentle focus. Again, there's my little honey on. Good girl. She's very proud of her pups, as you can see. Anyway, so that's our litter at, there's a good dog. You're doing good. That's our litter at 1 day of age. That's a female. Oh yeah. Hey. So anyway, that's our litter at 1 day of age.